backpacking adventures.
So mean, so mean. What's up, everybody? This is Dan from Backpacking Adventures. Back out again, and with Carly again.
Hi.
And we are doing a mainly a camping trip. It's not so much hiking. We are on the Loyalsock Trail. We're going to be camping at Soanes Pond, which is at least my favorite place to camp. And we started at the Haystacks parking area. We're taking the Haystacks Trail down. We're going to go look at the haystacks, climb back up, get back on Loyalsock Trail, and go to Rock Run up the road to Soanes Pond. That's kind of our path. It's about roughly, I can never remember what it is. It's between like 5 and 6 miles or something like that. But it'll be an easy hike day. And we're planning on getting there, I'm thinking between 12 and 1. And we got our fishing rod, so we're going to be doing some fishing. Just hanging out. Gonna make a fire. We'll try to make a fire. Not sure if we're permitted to, because last time I came through here, all of the fire rings were removed. So, and not just like the rocks kind of scattered. The rocks were gone. So, I'm not sure if you're not allowed to build a fire, but we'll go up to the kiosk area there at Soanes Pond and see if there's any notice that you can't make a fire. Because it's been raining, so it's not like it's a fire hazard, but we'll see. The weather for this trip, it's going to be nice today. It's only going to be up here anyway, probably a high of the mid 70s. Tonight, closest town says like the low 60s, so I'm sure it's going to hit the high 50s, so it should be pretty nice tonight. But around 9-ish, 8 or 9, it's supposed to start raining. Didn't say storms, just said rain. But a steady rain all night, so we'll deal with that. It'll be thunderstorms tomorrow when we hike out, but again, we'll be hiking out. So let's get moving and get on down the trail and get to camp. At the haystacks, a very beautiful spot, but the Loyalsock Trail goes up there, climbs way up, follows like a logging road or whatever it is, and it goes back down to, I think it's Rock Run Road, but there's a trail that goes straight here, and we're stopping for a break, by the way, but there's a trail that goes here, and I remember down at Rock Run Road, before we get back on the Loyalsock Trail, I've seen a trail that comes this direction. So I'm wondering if we could avoid going up, since this is really just a camping trip. It's not, we don't want to be hiking up big hills. If we take this, if this will meet up with the road, and then we'll take the road up to Soanes Pond, and again, avoid the Loyalsock Trail to make it as short a hike as possible. So we're going to try that. We're going to be adventurous and see if it actually leads down to Rock Run Road. I'm thinking it will, as long as it stays along the water here, I think we'll be fine. So that's the plan for now. Well, that trail didn't work out, so we had to come up this hill anyway, so. But here comes Carly like a trooper. Didn't complain once.
I didn't complain.
Yeah, she did. Wasn't so bad. Oh.
I hurt.
Someone said I'm not a good YouTuber, and look what happened to her. I knocked her right out.
Come on.
Carly just stepped in she's not even on the trail. She just walked through a ton of mud. 1, and we just made it to where we're going to camp. We actually camped here before, Carly and I. We're going to hang from these trees. We did go down here a little farther to just try to find, you know, just for a different spot, but there's a whole bunch of people down there, big tents and everything. So, but we made it up the hill. I ended up carrying everything. We cameled up because we just didn't feel like drinking pond water. And there's really like no creeks that have good water. I mean, there are some runoff streams right now, but they're unreliable, and I just didn't want to take the chance. So we filled up down at the creek at Rock Run Road where the bridge is. We came up here, and I carried every single thing of water. So I carried a total of, how much, what was it, 18 liters? No, 9 liters. 9 liters, so it was it was about almost 20 pounds of water I carried up the hill. So now Carly's going to try to pick up my backpack. She wants to see. Go ahead, try to pick it up, Carly.
Oh, in front of the camera?
Yes, I want them to see it.
Oh, one fell out. It's all falling out.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're just going to set up. Starting to cloud up too, because again, it's supposed to rain tonight. But we'll see how it goes. A couple weeks ago, I put out a video about my gear list for a trip I was going on. I had mentioned I ordered a new hammock. This is it. I finally got it. This is the Dream Hammock Darien, but this is the, I think it's MXT or something like that, or MNT 1.2 fabric. And this one's totally custom. I got yellow thread. You can pick out the thread. The quilt tie outs you can choose. And this is pretty nice. This will be my first night sleeping in it. I did set it up and kind of lay in it just to feel it, but this will be my first night in it. It has a zipper bug net on one side, but I do have the peak loft, or a peak loft over here, and a ridgeline organizer. And with everything, with my drip lines, my line for my pillow and everything, the weight of this is only 14 ounces, so this is pretty nice. This is my lightest full netted hammock that doesn't have a lot of stretch. So looking forward to trying this out today. Not too shabby view. It's really nice here. There's a lot of people. There's some people over there fishing off the dock, and a whole bunch of people camping down here. Big group of people. I haven't heard them at all. So we're going to relax right now. It's 3 o'clock, and we're going to do some fishing here later. But as far as plans for some trips coming up, you know, there's 2 trails that I've been thinking of doing this year yet, in the next probably month or so, maybe 2 months. And that's a trip to the Dolly Sods down in West Virginia, and then probably hit the Foothills Trail. Is that North Carolina, South Carolina? Somewhere around there. Probably in the next few weeks, but I want to do it while it's still like days are longer. I don't want to do it in the fall when it's short. Days are short, but it's a long drive. I think it's like 9 or 10 hour drive to get down there. So that involved hotel, stuff like that, because I don't want to drive 9 hours and to start hiking. So, but next year I've been kicking around the idea of in the spring, probably mid-May start, maybe end of May, somewhere around there, is to do through hike the Mid-State Trail in Pennsylvania. Now that's a long distance trail in Pennsylvania. It's 330 miles. And it runs from the Maryland border to north to the New York border. So it's 330 miles. And I think I might through hike that to kind of get a taste for through hiking, only because 330 miles, I can probably do it in 2 to 3 weeks, probably 3 weeks. Relatively easy. And every trailhead is within about 2.5 to 3 hours of my house. So if I would need a resupply or to be picked up or whatever for some odd reason, it'd be easier to do it instead of being, you know, hundreds and hundreds of miles away, you know, or 1,000 miles away to make it more difficult to travel. If something would happen, I could just be picked up by my wife, or easy to get resupply boxes, stuff like that. So I'm thinking about doing that for the spring. Plus, it'll be a lot cheaper, less travel and so forth. So that's kind of my plans. I do have some plans for this fall. Like I want to do the old loggers path in the fall with the leaves changing, and the Black Forest Trail as well, because I've never done those two in the fall. I also want to do the Hammock Trail like in the next couple of weeks, only because I know I did that last year, but I've done that in spring, and I've done that in the fall, which was really beautiful because I hit it at the peak of the leaves last year. But I haven't done it like in the dead of summer when it was, you know, hot and humid and all that stuff. So, so that's my kind of my plans I've been kicking around for the past, you know, month or so. But you know, we'll see what actually happens. But that's the plans. Camp is way down that way. I decided to go for a walk through Stones Pond. That big group of people, they were here because this is where me and Carly were originally going to camp, but they're gone, so they must have slept in until, you know, later and just packed up around lunchtime and left, because we got here at 1 and they were here. But check out the campsite. It's pretty. It's a really nice. I stayed here once before, many years ago, like 20 years ago. So yeah, it's a really nice area to camp, and through this area, there's plenty of room for tents. I mean, it's really better for hammocks throughout this area because the ground is kind of, you know, roly-poly and it's a little rocky, but in some spots. But you'll find a lot of areas, like here's good for tents and hammocks everywhere, all throughout here. But we're still not sure if we're gonna do a fire tonight or not. Carly's pretty tired. She's taking a nap right now, but we've just been relaxing, so we might not even fish today. I mean, it's already, you know, 4:30. We're gonna be eat dinner soon, but I'll probably do some fishing now. But yeah, just walking through here at Stones Pond, it's very beautiful through here. Very nice place to camp. I always fish here, but I think I've only ever caught one fish in all the years I've been fishing here. There's some people out there on little paddle boats. I don't think you can have any kind of boat with an engine though in here. Well, I think I'm done fishing for a little bit. It's kind of warm out right now down here in the sun. The breeze kind of stopped. It was nice. Here comes the breeze again. It's keeping the bugs away. It's really nice sitting here, looking at this view, looking at the pond. It is nice to lay in your hammock, but it's back there, and it's going to sit up here and soak in some of these views. Like I said, this is, like I've said this every time I come here, this is one of the most beautiful places, I think, in Pennsylvania to camp. It's just absolutely beautiful. Time, and tonight we're both having next mile meals. I'm having buffalo style ranch chicken, and I forget what you're having. What are you having?
Chicken and broccoli casserole.
Chicken and broccoli casserole. And next mile meals are pretty good. I still prefer Packet Gourmet, really, but these are really good. And the one good thing about these meals is they're lighter, have a lot more calories, smaller packaging, and they take less water, and that's good because I dry camp a lot, so that's very good. But I guess we'll just have some assorted other snacks with it. And that'll be dinner. 2 new pieces of gear for this trip. This is the Schwartzabini Outdoors. This is the Big Mama table. I had in the last video I talked about. I think it was a little buddy. I think it was, but the little table I have. Carly's using that now. I was watching a YouTube channel, The Adventures with the Marine, and he had this. Actually, Runner, the person he was hiking with, had this one. So I figured, I looked it up, it's only 1.5 ounces heavier than my other table. So I got this, it's bigger. I can put more on it. I can put my stove over here while still leaves things sit around here. It's really nice. I really like this table. I also got a new light. Last trip I had my black diamond light that was also new. Carly's using that now, but this one is the Flex Tail. They make those pumps, and it's a pretty bright light. It's rechargeable, which is nice, and it weighs about 1.5 ounces lighter than my other favorite light, which is the Lucy Emergency Lucy light, which is solar, recharges by solar. So it doesn't always work well out here, but this one's going to be nice. I'm going to try this one out here for the first time. I used the black diamond one. That works great. But these two and my hammock are the new gear for this trip. So just testing some stuff out. We're making one last cup of bedtime tea. It's going on 8 o'clock. It's like 7:30 or something like that. But yeah, so far it was a nice day. It was beautiful weather. It's starting to cloud up. I thought I heard some thunder off in the distance. I'm not sure. But once we have our tea, we're going to hang our food, and then we're going to start batten down the hatches here. We already put rocks on all the stakes, but we're going to start pitching it lower for storm mode for tonight, because it's going to be 100% chance of rain, steady rain all night. So that's the plan. All right, we got everything all battened down. Everything, all the doors shut. Carly's over there. I may have to lower her one side down because it's looking like she's exposed. But I am hearing thunder off in the distance, and it's getting closer. I can see some dark clouds over there. So I'm probably going to stand down here and just look at the water for a little bit. But I'm going to end it here, and we will see you tomorrow. Good morning, day 2. It's almost 8 o'clock, and we're eating. It poured last night, all night long. There's big, ponds of water all over the place. The little creeks, tributaries here that were dry are really flowing. We did get a lot of water last night, but we're both dry. Everything worked well, and right now we're eating. I'm eating some oatmeal. It's protein oatmeal, I think, from Kodiak, and I have it in this. I kind of used a Mountain House bag a long time ago, and I just cleaned it out because it has this metal inside, and I can use it as a koozie. I mainly use this for the summertime, just for steeping things, like oatmeal, or if I would bring ramen. But works really well. It weighs nothing, takes up very little space in your bag. I just keep it at the bottom, but. So it's oatmeal time, and I'm having coffee, and Carly's eating, I think, a sausage scramble, right? From Next to Mile Meals, which are really, really good. So we're going to eat, and we're just going to hang out for a while, and then we'll slowly pack up here in the rain and work our way out. We're all packed up. Got back on trail at about 11 o'clock. Man, that's the latest I've ever left camp in a very, very, very long time. But should be a short walk. Well, not short walk, but it's an easier walk back. It's not going down to the haystacks. A lot of it will be like a mountain road or this kind of road walk. But I see some dark clouds, and we're probably going to it's supposed to thunderstorm today. So we're probably going to get hit with some more rain, but time to get back to the car. Made it back to the car, another trip done. It only took us 2.5 hours to go. I think it was like 6-ish miles. But we did get hit by a big storm, a lot of rain. On the way here, we're still soaking wet. And when I got signal, when I got up here, there was a tornado watch for this area. So I think the tornado or the thunderstorm itself kind of passed us. But anyway, we're done. We're gonna load up the car and go get a burger. And with that, I'll end it, and I will see you next time.